Okay, we're speaking today. It's November the 18th, 2011, with Representative George Darany, who represents Dearborn to Lansing. And he is one of the members of the Education Committee, too, in his first term in office. Again, a great supporter of teachers and education in general. George, I just wanted to ask you a couple questions here. And one is, of course, it's a difficult situation in Lansing, being a Democrat and having points of view that are not shared by most of the Republican colleagues. Mm-hmm. But in the Education Committee, what do you expect is coming up in December? If you can, there's still a couple of weeks in session before Christmas holidays. Anything that people should know about that maybe they'd want to contact you or give you input on? Or is it just wrapping up bills that have already been introduced?
Well, it is pretty much wrapping up bills that I don't think anything new will come up between now and the end of the year. But in the Education Committee in particular, there is a bill to expand the scope of charter schools. In other words, to allow the universities that charter the schools, or the universities that sponsor the charter schools, to expand on that, and they would have unlimited number. We don't like that idea as Democrats. We feel that the public education system works very fine. Thank you very much. We've got statistics that show that some charter schools do better, some do worse. There are actually more that do worse than do better, but most of them pretty much perform the same as a K through 12 public schools. So we don't feel that there should be a need for that. And also the fact that the universities are actually making money on this. They get 3% of the money that comes from the school fund. If it's $7,000 per student, they're getting $210 for every student that they can sign up for their charter school. And if they have an unlimited amount, you can see how the money could add up for a university pretty quickly. And since their reporting back to the state is not the same as K through 12, we feel that that's an inadequate way of gauging if those schools are doing their job. Mm-hmm. And if we're not following the same rules as K through 12, then why are we allowing them to grow at any number that they want to? So it's a bad bill. They've been pushing it for a while. We've heard a lot of testimony, most of it against it, but of course we know what the majority is. And so it'll be a difficult thing to probably stop from happening.
You were commenting earlier in a meeting here at Henry Ford Community College that even the inner workings on your education committee, that the Republican leadership is just gaveling down even any open discussion or commentaries from Democrats, and it happens on the House floor sometimes too. Yeah,
it happens on the floor more likely, but it's very, very discouraging when it happens in your own committee where, there's not a whole lot of TV cameras or anybody watching. So they're not grandstanding. They just don't want to hear our points of view. And it's amazing where other representatives on their side will be able to ask a question, a second question, a follow-up question, another follow-up question. But we'll ask a question, then Mr. Chair, can we do a follow-up? No, we have to move on. And so it is very frustrating.
Not a good democratic process. There's no meeting of minds. It's not a question of compromise, but just getting all the points of view expressed to see who might have a better idea or a better idea for part of the bill.
Right.
And it's just being shut down, and things are being, it seems like they're being pushed through without a lot of full discussion or testimony.
Well, yeah, and our only recourse to that is if we know sometimes what the testimony is going to be, and we do, sometimes in advance we'll know that, then we can just say, would you mind asking or throwing this out in your testimony? Right. So the question will at least be heard, rather than, if they're not going to let us address the question, maybe in the testimony it can be addressed. So that there's a tactic there that we can use, and we have, in order to get our voice heard. Or, like you say, it's good to have all the opinions out there, and then you can debate more logically, knowing what all the points are. But if you only know one side, there is no debate.
Well, we'll try to keep in touch with you on the new WHFR Journal at least, and get the word out to the community whenever you need support. Or I know you're in the area a great deal on marches and walks and giving presentations, and I certainly commend you for that accessibility. That's important. That's what the system is all about. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, that's how you should do it.
Yep.
Coming up on the holidays, though, any special wishes or greetings or thoughts for Dearborn?
Well, because we're such a diverse community, and that's what I love about Dearborn. In City Hall, we wave inside City Hall over 60 banners from all over the world, from people that have come to Dearborn to call home. And so, being in a very diverse community that we're in, I'm just hoping that everybody will pray in their own way for a safe and happy holiday season. And let's just try to work together a little bit more. I mean, if that was one wish I would have, everybody wishes for peace, which is very important, but I think it's more understanding. If we have just better understanding of all religions and all faiths, if we can just promise to do a better job at that in 2012, I think we'll all be better off.
Well, best of the holidays to you, too. Representative George Darany, the representative from Dearborn to Lansing, Michigan. Thanks so much.
Thank you.